There are three key elements in the Malaysian education blueprints. In the preliminary reports, we have the first one is the current performance of our education systems, right? And secondly, we have the what will be the aspiration and the vision of the education system, and finally, the third elements in the reports will outline all the transformation programs and initiatives that will take place from 2013 until 2025. So the first elements really trying to look at how good our system is. I remember when our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, he did ask us if we were to compare our education system against other countries, how do we fare? If we say that we are good, if you consider it good, how good is it really good enough? So we have to take cue from that, and we have to start to baseline our performance, right? And from this baseline performance, we have to look at what are the things that we want to achieve in the next few years in the future. So we have to look at two aspirations. One is the system, the education system, how it will be like. Number two is what will be the aspiration of the individual students, right? And then only the next one we can go, what are the transformation programs and initiatives that will take place. And those are the things that outline in the education blueprints. In terms of the tools and the technology, we started in 1990 under the Smart Schools programs, right? What we have from that initial programs, all the schools have the computers and the LCD projectors, right? Except those the first 88 smart schools that have a complete computer labs, and also the full computers, and all the classrooms they have the LCDs. But the other schools, they have at least the computers and the LCDs. But over the years, they've been equipped with all the teaching courseware, right? And now we are coming up at the stage of those were the days. Now we are coming to the what our terms digital and technology renewal in our schools. And under this education blueprints, we are going to make sure that all the 10,000 schools will be equipped with all the devices and also the connectivities and also the right software and contents for schools, right? And these programs, this project, we call it One Bestari Next, and we are going to provide what we call the virtual learning environment for the students and also the teachers. That will be the case in future, but we have problem in the past. We trying to equip all the school with the ICTs, the devices, and all the equipments and the connectivity. But with the new Bestarinet programs, that will provide a level playing field for all schools, right? We know that in future, the learnings, the best lesson learned are no longer confined within the four walls of the classrooms. So this is where technology will come, and the student can explore learning beyond the classroom. With the technology, I would see that it's happening now, right? It's happening now. We used to have teachers in the classroom teaching, but in future, I would see that it will be the other way around. You may use the term the flipped classroom, right? Where the teachers using the technology, they will engage the students with all the preparation of the works before coming to school, right? And the student will be doing the works at home, right? And when they're coming to school in the classroom, they just trying to do some problem solving with the teachers. So the teachers will facilitate the learning through problem solving exercise. So it's not so much about the teaching, it's more on learning exercise in the classroom. That's one. Number two is on the management side of the schoolings, that we can see that the teachers will be using more the computers and the technology in managing learning, right? And also in managing the students' performance. You can see now with the school-based assessment and with the school management system being in place in our schools, we see that the teachers will be using technology in managing their lesson, managing their students, and managing their student learning outcomes. That's the second one. The third one will be the schools and the parents, right? And with the technology, we can see a greater involvement and engagement of parents with the schools. We can see that even some of the schools are providing access to parents so that they can monitor their children's progress in school, their homework, their learning, and also their activities in the classroom with the teachers. So in future, we see that it's a reverse teaching and learning, right? Maybe we see that students do a lot of teaching and among themselves, right? Compared in the past that it's the teachers that do the teaching to the students. So we can see that teachers teaching students, students teaching the students, or the transfer of knowledge between the students and teachers, right? That will be the future.